Welcome back to Achi News.
Ukraine recently launched its largest cross-border attack since the conflict with Russia began, capturing over 1,000 square kilometers of territory in Russia's Kursk region. This offensive marks one of the most significant moments in a war that has now lasted over a year, demonstrating Ukraine's determination to reclaim territory and force Russia to the negotiating table. Kyiv insists that Russian President Vladimir Putin must be pressured into making peace and ending the hostilities that have caused widespread suffering in both nations. According to reports from Russian authorities, the governor of the Kursk region acknowledged that Ukrainian forces have managed to seize control of 28 settlements in the area. The Ukrainian assault, which reached a depth of approximately 12 kilometers and a width of 40 kilometers, reflects a well-coordinated military strategy supported by strong intelligence. Meanwhile, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky stated that the attack on Kursk was designed to target Russian military infrastructure used in strikes against Ukraine. Zelensky also emphasized that this operation is part of Ukraine's broader effort to defend itself and reclaim territory occupied by Russia. On the other side, Russian President Vladimir Putin claimed that his forces have made significant progress on the Ukrainian battlefield, despite facing a counterattack in the Kursk region. Putin accused Ukraine of trying to improve its position ahead of potential peace negotiations by expanding its attacks into Russian territory. He also viewed this move as an attempt to slow down the progress of Russian forces, which continue to advance on several fronts in Ukraine. Putin firmly vowed that Russia would retaliate against this attack and drive Ukrainian forces out of Russian territory. He asserted that his country would not retreat and would continue to defend its sovereignty and territorial integrity. In his speech, Putin also highlighted the importance of maintaining stability along Russia's western border, which he described as the front line of defense against foreign aggression. Meanwhile, in Ukraine, the attack on Kursk was met with optimism by the public and military officials. They see this as a sign that Ukraine still has the capability to fight back and even launch counterattacks in areas previously untouched by military operations. Ukrainian military officials stress that this operation is just the beginning of a series of planned offensives aimed at pressuring Russia to halt its aggression and seek a peaceful resolution. On the diplomatic front, Western countries supporting Ukraine in this war continue to push for dialogue between the two sides. However, with this latest escalation, the prospects for peace talks seem increasingly distant. Despite calls for a ceasefire and negotiations, the ongoing tensions make the diplomatic process more complex. The international community is closely monitoring developments in the region. This protracted conflict not only affects Ukraine and Russia, but also has significant implications for global stability, particularly in Europe. Economic sanctions against Russia, military support for Ukraine, and diplomatic efforts to end the war are all part of the complex dynamics unfolding in the region. With cross-border attacks intensifying, the world now anxiously awaits to see how the situation will evolve and what steps will be taken next by both sides.